gentlemen. Here comes the general. The moment you've been waiting for. Here comes the general. The pride of Mount Vernon. Here comes the general. George Washington. Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius. I am back with Casper Fox, the one and only, reacting to more Hamilton as I am introducing him. I realized I forgot to say the last time, mentioned in the intro that I'm introducing. I'm sure it's going to be pretty obvious, but I know Hamilton back to front. I am introducing Casper to Hamilton for the first time, and that is what's going to be so very exciting. Today, we are checking out Right Hand Man. Now, this one we're going to be doing a little bit different, and some people are probably gonna be like, oh, really stretching out the content here, guys, but there is a very important reason for it that if you listen to, I think you'll understand, which is, I really, really want Helpless and Satisfied to be A, the same recording session, and B, be the same upload day in the Premiere chain. And there was no way for us to do that without doing Right Hand Man split in half. Now, luckily, Right Hand Man is a long song, and there's a very logical sort of halfway point that we are going to split it. So today, you are going to be getting the first half of Right Hand Man on my channel, and the second half of Right Hand Man on Casper's channel. But I swear, that's not just to pad out the content, that is to make sure that when you come back next week, we get to do Helpless and Satisfied, the two of us in the same recording batch, which you guys know why that's important, but also for you, you'll get one premiering into the other, which is going to be the most valuable. We're kind of sacrificing the quality of just today to make sure that next week is incredible. So, I wanted to kind of give that clarification. I know I just talked a lot. Do you have any thoughts to share?
Hi, I'm Casper. Thanks for having me. I don't have much to say. I'm good. I'm excited to get into the Right Hand Man.
I love Right Hand Man. This song is fantastic. I think it's going to be a really, really good one for us to take a really... And what's nice is we can kind of really take a deep dive into this one, because this one has a lot of musicality going on, but also has a lot of history. This is one where it's really, really a lot of the other songs were very character focused, and as we talked about in the first video, the character stuff might be a little more embellished, whereas the history stuff is mostly a little bit more accurate, and this one we're really starting to dive into a little bit more of that, including a very big character introduction, which I am very excited about. So,
yeah,
I am excited for this. Like I said, if you are here for the premiere, or if you're here after the fact, it is going to be, we're going to split perfectly at the halfway point, at that very sort of logical split that's in the song. I was mentioning to Casper, I'm honestly, it could have been two songs, and most people wouldn't have even blinked, because so many songs just feel like they could have been one song anyway. So I think splitting this isn't going to be too bad, and it means that next week is going to be incredible, and that we can justify talking a little bit more about Right Hand Man. Do you have any thoughts, theories, curiosities since everything we've gone through so far? Goodness, we are a good 8 or 9 songs in at this point.
Damn, bro. Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. I was close. But
7
still,
songs
we are
in.
7
Damn.
songs in. Do you have any thoughts or insights to share about your Hamilton experience before we hop on into it?
No, it's so fun, so fun. It's nice. I love animatics, but it's also refreshing to have
The live
actual
film,
human
yes.
beings. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. I wonder, yeah, I was actually gonna ask, because I am gonna ask your audience, which would also be watching next one, is that, do you guys want us to check out Hamilton animatics? Because we would be totally down to do that, but I feel like we're also we don't want to
That's a lot of time
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly. That's A, a lot of time to invest, and B, we don't want it to be we just finished Hamilton, it was popular, so now we're gonna do Hamilton again.
Let's do Hamilton again.
To pad out the content. So, yeah, definitely let us know how interested you would be in us checking out the animatics after the fact. I mean, at this rate, that's gonna be in 5 months, but yeah, definitely. Cool. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. And without any further ado, let's do Right Hand Man.
It's gonna be Hamilton's Right Hand Man, isn't it? Which very famously was Neil Armstrong, obviously.
make that sound. Hold on. I think the Disney captions are wrong. Isn't that
British?
British General Howe? That's how I've always heard it. British General Howe, British Admiral Howe. I thought it was General. I don't know. Someone tell us in the comments if we're right or not. Oh, as a reminder, with this website, it's a lot harder to go back and rewind, so we're going to be doing that less. If there's something we really need to talk about, we might go back and just resync, but for the most part, it's just going to be pausing to talk and continuing. But yeah, I thought it was British General House. Sorry, completely separate from your experience, but...
It's okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure Admiral is sea or Marine, is a Marine.
Oh.
Rank.
Then if got troops on the water, maybe it is Admiral. Have I been hearing that song wrong for like 10 years? Anyways, he's got troops on the water. That's what's important.
Yep.
That's a big number. Why are you laughing? What? Why are you laughing?
3,200 troops in New York Harbor.
3,200 men in New York. I hate it. I hate you so much, and I hate that I instantly understood where you were going. I'm just going to press play. I'm not going to let you keep getting away with this. Oh my gosh. And also, you've got
The sisters.
Angelica and Peggy out here. That's very interesting. Like, they're out here. And I don't know if you notice in the background, you've kind of got everyone here.
Father is already out. Maybe is that the father? Is that the admiral? Is their father? Because they were talking about how dad is already off to war or something like that, right? That could be interesting. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
And in the background, we've got Lafayette, Hercules, Hamilton, a strangely recurring ensemble cast member with that tall hair. It seems like she's been showing up quite a few times.
That was the chick who gave the note to the chick
Yes,
who died,
it was.
I think. Yeah.
And then Lauren's on the right there too. All right. Yeah, I love how everyone's here, but they're so, and like the blue wash light is so cool. They're like almost monochrome. It's very impressive.
Yeah, but I also feel like if they're on the water,
which makes sense. Yeah.
like this, yeah.
As a kid in the Caribbean, I wished for a war. I knew that I was poor. I knew it was the only way to rise up.
Dude, hold on. Listen to that. That deep string, that like deep, is that cello?
Yeah.
Okay. Or
It sounds like it, yeah.
Okay. That deep chip, that like,
Yeah.
honestly,
It's by
I
the
think
right
I'm
side.
having more of an appreciation for the instrumentals of this after going through Epic with you. You've kind of given me a slightly different perspective on some things. I've never, as a kid in the Caribbean, I wished for a war. Like, it's really cool, but I was really it's really powerful and very intense. Oh, that's fascinating.
And then from my shot, rise up.
Yes.
Especially on the on the cello as
Yes.
you're saying it right there. Yeah.
Yes. And so that's what I was telling you about, how there's those recurring like lyrical motifs, how we're getting that rise up
Yeah.
again. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Nice.
Oops. Oh no, don't look. Okay. Are we good? Whoo!
Oh my god, there's a huge spider in my room. Sorry.
All right. I think we're good. What are you synced to right now?
I am synced to
I clicked the wrong button.
2442.
Okay, great. We're all good. All right, here we go. You ready? Goodness,
Yes.
that was a disaster.
I knew that I was poor. I knew it was the only way to rise up. If they tell my story, I am either gonna die on the battlefield in glory or rise up. We will fight for this land, but there's only one man who can give us a command so we can rise up. Understand it's the only way to rise up. Rise up.
Here he comes.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the general. The moment you've been waiting for. Here comes the general. The pride of Mount Vernon. Here comes the general. George Washington.
Yup. And so I want you to remember what I told you about my fan casting, which is this was the guy that some Eurylochus lines were giving me the vibes of. Is Chris, not Christopher Judge, that's Kratos. Which Christopher is this man? Christopher Judge, oh my gosh, who plays... Oh my gosh, nope, this is gonna kill me. I have to go find it. Hold on,
That's
I have
okay.
to go find it. Oh, Chris Jackson. There we go. Chris Jackson or Christopher Jackson. I was close with Christopher Judge. I even had the first letter right.
Gotcha.
But yes, Christopher Jackson plays George Washington, and he is phenomenal. I do kind of want to risk a rewind here, just so we can kind of look at that intro there. But that, like, the complete tonal change is like, I love the way that before he was like, God, I wish there was a war so we know what we were fighting for. You know what I mean? And now it's like,
Yeah.
as a kid in the Caribbean, I wished for a war. It's like, it's reflecting. It's like, oh God, now
Yeah.
I'm here and this is what I wished for. As there's 32,000 troops, they are bathed in blue. Now it's so much more somber, so much more reflective. It's really good. And I
like,
want to go back and look at that.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Oh,
I'm not gonna think out loud.
okay. Are you 30 or 24, 38?
I am at 2440.
Okay, well, that's not too bad. We'll keep it going.
Yeah.
As a kid in the Caribbean, I wished for a war. I knew that I was poor.
That cello's so intense.
If they tell my story,
And the fact that there's more people saying rise up each time, though.
We will fight for
Like the first time is just rise up, and then there's that second
Yeah.
harmony, rise up. Like
Yeah.
he starts so alone in his own thoughts, but more and more
Yeah.
he's being joined by
Join in,
his
yeah.
men, which is
They-
really
and
good
they
and
rise
important
up.
for this. Yeah, they rise up,
They
exactly.
rise up, and then at the end they harmonize on it as well, like
yes.
when they with the last one.
There's
Yeah.
only one man who can give us a command so we can rise up.
And how, mine paused. Is yours still playing?
Yeah. I am.
Shoot. Okay, here we go. Goodness, this website. 2504?
Yeah. 2505.
Okay, that works. All right, here comes the general. You ready?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've
And
been
Burr
waiting
talking to the audience again.
The pride of Mount Vernon, George Washington. We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make an all-out stand. Hey yo, I'm gonna need a right hand man. Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond. Let down my guard and tell the people how I feel a second. Now I'm the model of a modern major general, the venerated Virginian veteran, whose men are all like.
What a bar,
Damn.
right?
Wow. And the,
No.
and the instrumental.
Yes, the little record scratching here as he's coming in, like he's literally changing the flow. He's literally, with George Washington's arrival, changing the flow of history. And that is shown by the
Jesus.
flow change of the music.
Okay. I think I might have a educated guess as to the whole rapping singing thing.
Ooh,
But I want to just hear because
you want to let it keep
he's
going a little bit?
obviously rapping, so I want to make sure that I just hear the rest of this
Yeah.
before I give my educated guess.
And then I love you know, I assume you know, like, I am the very model of a modern major general. Like, you know that.
yes,
So-
I saw that in a Mickey Mouse cartoon. Yeah.
Goodness. I say as if my first introduction wasn't VeggieTales, but at least I know it outside of that since then. But bringing in that very iconic lyric with like, but I'm the model of the modern major general, the venerated Virginian veteran who's like, it's such a bar. Washington has
Yeah.
probably some of my favorite bars in the whole show. It's so good. And then yeah. Any other thoughts before I click play? Just making sure.
No.
Okay, cool.
Love it so far.
He's
I'm
awesome,
usually
right?
Washington. Yeah. Is Washington not the one that has the curly hair in most like portrayed media?
Yes, but usually, even in like war movies and things like that, he's only portrayed that way once he becomes like president and politician. Right now, he's still a war
okay.
general.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, hopefully you remember that he was the first president. That wasn't like technically a spoiler.
No, well,
I imagine you.
it's
I
history.
imagine you remember that.
Yeah, I knew.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
yes.
But yeah, so normally, even in like historical movies and things like that, he's a little more like got the blue coat and the hat on.
Yes.
When he's still a general, and then he gets to have like the fancy man wigs once he is once he's a founding father
gotcha.
instead of a general,
Yes.
essentially.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Enough to put me up on a pedestal, writing letters to relatives, embellishing my elegance and eloquence. But the elephant is in the room, the truth is in your face when you hear the British cannons go boom.
Any hope of success is fleeting. How can I keep leading when the people I'm leading keep retreating? We put a stop to the bleeding as the British take Brooklyn. Night takes Rook, but look, we are outgunned.
Oh man, that's one of the
Night takes
only
Rook.
that's one of the only lines so far that I've actually liked the live action version a little bit less. I want to show you just that one line, because like but look, the way he like delivers that, it has more character to it. It has more emotion, so I understand the value. But I feel like the cast recording highlights the strength of that just lyric, the bar a bit better, because it's more like as the British take Brooklyn, night takes Rook, but look, we are out. Like he does like, but look, it's like night takes Rook, but look, we are outgunned. It's really cool the way it goes. And that one I was like, oh, it didn't have the oomph, it didn't have the crunchy punchy, it didn't have the pam pam.
Yeah.
Oh, we cannot stop the epic brain rot. But yeah, no, that's I love the way his things, and then getting right back into we are outgunned, outmanned.
Outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make it all outstand. Hey yo, I'm gonna need a right hand man. Inside!
They're battering down the battery, check the damages. We gotta stop them and rob them of their advantages. Let's take a stand with the stamina God has granted us. Hamilton won't abandon it. Yo, let's steal their cannons.
Let's
Wait,
steal their cannons.
he becomes a Marine? Hamilton and are they
I
Marines
don't even.
now? Or?
Well, I don't technically think the branches of military existed then, but he is a soldier. Yes,
Okay.
like he is in the war now.
That's quite a big jump, I'd say, from sitting at a bar just saying we need to start the revolution, then saying, okay, well, we need to get someone on our side, then they jump into war.
I will
That's
say, keep in
risky.
mind, like it's a revolutionary. I think they would reject no one. Like there were
Real.
there, and they even mention a little bit in
Yeah.
the lyricism of this. Like there were, like, slaves who earned their freedom partially by fighting in the war. Like this was one of the first wars that, because to my knowledge, I could be totally wrong in history. Like, please take this with a grain of salt because I don't know my world history super well. But like, to my knowledge, from what I remember reading, like this was one of the few times that like white and black soldiers were in unison because the revolutionaries needed all hands on deck. Some random immigrant comes in, starts talking big, and then comes up and is like, give me a gun, I want to shoot a British person. I don't think they're going to be like, no, you're not an important character. You know what I mean? But yes, so they are soldiers now. And then I love Hercules just coming with, brah, brah. Like, he's so supportive. He's just the hype man.
that, yeah.
And then just, let's
Yeah.
steal their cannons. What are we synced to
So,
right now? Let's just make sure after a couple pauses.
I am at 26:34.
Ooh, you're 2 seconds ahead. We might try to resync, but go ahead and share your
yeah.
thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say my educated guess is still being supported by the how our first president here is rapping. Yeah.
All right, here we keep going.
Outnumbered, outplanned. We gotta make it all outstand. Hey,
Not to immediately pause again, but I saw the bruh, 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 like the way they like bring the gunshots into the music is so
Yeah.
cool and fun.
So
I'm gonna need a right hand man. Inside!
They're battering down the battery, check the damages. We gotta stop them and rob them of their advantages. Let's take a stand with the stamina God has granted us. Hamilton won't abandon it. Yo, let's steal their cannons.
Against the cannon, watch the blood and the shit spray. And against the cannon, we're abandoning Kips Bay. And there's another shipping. This one's southern tipping. We gotta run to Harlem quick, we can't afford another slip. Guns and horses.
I love the way they are able to communicate everything going wrong. Like, they do not have any British people, or they don't have any, like, actors representing the redcoats on screen,
Gotcha.
right? Or on stage right now. They don't have pyrotechnics, like, literally just boom! Oh, there goes that. Boom! We just lost Kips Bay. Boom! There go the ships. Like, the way that just with audio, a little bit of lighting, and the desperation in Christopher Jackson's voice, they communicate that these cannons are making them start to lose this battle is just such good, like, showmaking.
yeah, it's really like the word that comes to mind is like rapid fire. both in the aspect of like how the, like as you said, the boom comes in, but also how they visualize. I'm reminded of the composer, I think it was Tchaikovsky, who actually used cannons in
Yes.
his yeah, same
Yeah,
kind of
like
vibes, yeah.
Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky, yeah.
Yeah. Mason would know. That's Mason's wheelhouse.
Sorry, I love it.
I decide to divvy up my forces, this skittish as the British cut the city up. This close to giving up, facing mad scrutiny, I scream in the face of this mass mutiny of the East Amendment, which I am to defend America. We ride at midnight, Manhattan in the distance. I cannot be everywhere at once. People, I'm in dire need of assistance.
And that's going to be our tone change, actually. That's going to be where
Okay.
we cut things off for the day. Because where we jump
Gotcha.
into next, I'm guessing you might have seen like a single note of, because I know you're a little bit
No.
ahead. Oh, no.
It just said no assistance. It cut right at assistance.
Perfect.
I'm
I paused
exactly
just on the
same
right
place, yeah.
time. Awesome. Cool. So, like I said in the intro, we are going to be hopping over to Casper's channel for the second half of Right Hand Man. For those of you who skipped the intro, I don't judge you, but I just want to let you know that the reason we are doing this is so that Helpless and Satisfied can be in the same recording session and the same premiere next weekend. So I know it's a little bit weird to split a song in half, but it's an end justifies the means kind of moment. It's going to create the best experience possible next week, even if it's the tiniest cost of this one. So we appreciate your understanding and patience. Please make sure you go give Casper's channel the same support for the second half of Right Hand Man. And we're gonna hop on over there pretty much right now without any further ado. So if you're at the premiere, get right in there. And if you're not at the premiere, still get right in there. It's the top link of my description every time. We will see you on over there. Thank you to my patrons. And as always, gals, blokes, and all other folks, I will see you in the next video. Bye.